Well, it is our first day out here on this unit. We hunt in Idaho for archery elk. The season started about 6-7 days ago, but we've just been busy. We're in Oregon. First couple days we're going to commit ourselves to water because it is hot, and it's dry. It's been like 95 degrees out here all week long. So we have a couple cameras set on water that we set probably a month ago. We're going to go check them and see if anything's been hitting them. But man, these bulls have to be going to water at least once a day. It's so hot. But I'm excited to see what we have out here. This is by far my favorite hunt of the year. Idaho archery elk. So I'm going to go take a peek at this first camera and see what's on it. Well, I can tell you from this year's experience already, it's a plus just having this thing here still. Had a lot of cameras stole this year, messed with. Well, that first camera was somewhat of a bust. We set that in early July and basically had one group of cows come through there in the end of August and a really rad picture of a bird, but for bull elk we had nothing. So I mean, it's not a complete bust. We know they're probably not in that specific zone, which is good to know. And now we're gonna go check the second camera that I set in the middle of August. I have high hopes for this camera. So hopefully A, it's there still, and someone to take it, and hopefully B, the elk are in this zone and using this water tank. Well, we have high hopes for this camera. Guys, we have a tank, a bull. This was last night. After looking at that camera, I feel like we've definitely found where the elk are. They were here last night. Really nice bull, bunch of cows. There's rubs everywhere. So if I can open this thing, we're gonna try setting up a blind. I think there's just enough water in that trough to hold them. Hopefully they come back in tonight, but never sat in a blind for elk. So I think that's kind of our best play right now. As hot as it is and dry as it is, elk have to go to water. A lot of people ask for advice how to become successful elk hunting. I'd say be willing to change what you're doing, change where you're at, be mobile. Elk move, they travel, and if you find some water, especially early season that they're hitting, sit on it. I mean, I like to bugle and chase them, but I think this is our best bet for right now to kill an elk is sit water. So try to figure out how this thing goes. Oh, that's easy. It's like an outhouse. Ta-da! We're running a pretty mobile camp this weekend. We're only going to be here for like 3 or 4 days, so not sure where we're going to end up. This is it for tonight. We might be on the other side of the mountain tomorrow. Who knows? I like staying mobile though, because we have a lot of area to cover. I don't want to set a big nice camp and then have to move it. So just got cots, tents, or cots and sleeping bags pretty much, and our food. Throw it all in the truck in 5 minutes and be on our way. cows. Heard the bulls started there, about 3 different bulls started bugling. They were way up there, probably 500 to 1,000 yards. I started calling back a little bit, and then I could hear the cows, and usually when you can hear the cows, you're only a couple hundred yards, and then I heard the bull bugle, and he couldn't have been more than 200-300 yards, and it sounded like they were coming in, and they just shut up. This wind was kind of swirling, but I don't think they were more than 200 or 300 yards away from coming in, but it was fun. First day out, I heard some bulls bugling, that's good. Definitely think they're with the cows, obviously, but it's game time, they're rutting for sure. I think we might go chase bugles in the morning and then come sit here tomorrow night again. Hopefully they come in tonight. This is about as dirtbag dedicated as we get here on the HUSHLIFE. We usually have, you know, a good Camp Chef 3 burner with a table and a kitchen, but we're going super mobile on this hunt. So literally we have 2 Camp Chef strikers to cook our food, but I just pre-made a bunch of taco meat, a bunch of elk meat from my Oregon bowl. So we're gonna eat tacos for the next 3 nights, but it works. The sun's not even up and I'm already like over this morning. I thought for sure we'd get down in here. Have a bunch of bulls bugling, but man, it's so hot and the moon is so bright. I think they bugled and chased each other around all night. Got back up to their beds before morning, but who knows? Just guessing, really. Back at the water. Well, we're headed to the water. We chased bugles this morning down below camp because the bulls are going crazy down there last night, but we only heard 1 or 2 bugles this morning. Decided to come back to the water tonight. It's been super hot all day again, and hopefully big bull gets thirsty, comes to water, and shooting light. So I'm gonna check the camera and see what's on there from last night this morning. Check the camera. Nothing hit the tank last night, so that's okay. They know the water's here, so hopefully they'll come back. I have a good feeling about tonight for some reason. I don't know why. It's not looking good for us, but I have a good feeling. We got good wind. Hopefully it stays this way. We are back at it. When I say we, I mean me. I had to go home for a few days and take care of some things, but I am back out here, and Brian and Eric are going to meet me here in about 2 days. They'll both be out here. Same with Andrew. He'll be here tomorrow. So I'm gonna try to do this solo. I'm gonna try to film it solo. Wish me luck. But the weather has definitely changed since last time we were out here. It's dropped probably 15 degrees, no, maybe 10 so far, but tomorrow it's supposed to drop like 20 degrees. The highs are supposed to be 60 instead of 85, 90 like last time. And it's supposed to rain tonight and tomorrow, so definitely not going to be sitting in water for the next few days. And hopefully these bulls are ready to party. Came and walked all this country this summer, and a lot of rubs in here, so I think they could definitely be in here. But we're gonna go out and try to locate, bugle, and chase some elk. So it's my favorite time of the year, man. I always say September 15th on through the end of September is usually the best for calling it. So September 13th. So should get really good here in the next few days. Every one of these ridges and in the canyons, I've seen probably 50 or 60 rubs. Sorry, that was a tree. But they're all old from last year, so check this one out though. That's a big one. I know at some point these elk will be in here rutting. I haven't seen a lot of fresh sign. I haven't seen any fresh rubs. So I'm just working all these canyons, so hopefully to find the canyon that has the elk in it if they're in here. Get all the food out, so I just got some tuna snacks for dinner. Just trying to be quiet because there's bulls like 300 yards away from me. It's gonna
be my turn for the night. Tuna snacks for the win. Last night there was bulls bugling all over, all around me. Well, at least 4 different bulls bugled. Then they shut up about 11 o'clock. And then I went to bed and woke up and come down to where they're at, and they are not bugling again. I don't know if they beat me up the hill or what, but kind of shut up in the mornings. Like as soon as the sun starts to come up, they shut up. And they don't start calling until the sun goes down. But I think that's all going to change today with this storm that's rolling in. It's supposed to rain most of the day and drop temperature by about 15 more degrees. So we'll see if that changes things. But I'm just glad it's not raining right now. Give me a chance to hunt for a little bit anyways. I'll go bugle into this canyon and see. Maybe they're still down in the bottom. They haven't worked their way up this way yet. I swear these bulls don't like being called at. We've had very minimal success out here calling elk. I mean, we can get them to answer, then they shut up. But actually calling a bull in to a setup, it's only happened a few times out here. But it's fun trying. It'll be interesting when the born and raised guys get out here. That's all they do is call. They bugle 100, 200 times a day, and they stick to it. So we might have to change up their playbook when they get out there, or let them run it and see how they do. yards, and I punched my trigger on accident. He was facing me and I wasn't going to shoot him frontal. I was just waiting for him to turn broadside, and I freaking punched my trigger. I am so... Oh my gosh, I'm an idiot. Luckily I freaking missed him. Just skimmed off his side. I wasn't even aiming, I was just waiting for him to turn. And my freaking trigger, I pulled my trigger. I freaking pulled my trigger. Oh my gosh, that was so awesome. I've shot a lot of nice bulls. 300 to 350. That was probably a 400-inch bull. I don't know, maybe I'm just excited. Maybe it was 320, I don't know. But I always say, I don't know, I don't think I'll ever kill like a 400-inch bull because I get so excited when the 320s come in. And that's a perfect example. I just totally screwed up because I was so excited and punched my trigger. That was the coolest thing ever. I bugled that bull into freaking 30 yards. I couldn't even pull my bow back. Well, this is always a good sign here. No blood, which was my initial reaction after I punched my trigger, was I sent that arrow to a foot to the right of him, but I watched the video back and I couldn't tell where the arrow went, and it sounded like I hit him. And I was like, what the heck? And so I've been looking for this arrow for 35 minutes. Followed his tracks for 100 yards, no blood obviously, but I was like, I gotta find that arrow to know for sure, and sure enough, complete miss. It sucks I just missed the biggest bull I've ever called in, but he left unscathed. Guys, I don't know what the heck happened to me. I lost my marbles. Completely lost my marbles. I have a hard time archery elk hunting. I get excited. But this year, I've practiced a ton. I shot my first ever mule deer with my bow. Shot my first ever Roosevelt elk with my bow. And both shots I felt so confident and didn't get shaken up or rattled. I just felt like I was a cold-blooded killer. But when this bull came in, I freaking forgot everything I ever learned. I punched my trigger. I've never done that before. That's a first. I need to sit down and have some water and chill out. I love this stuff. Freaking love this stuff. So I would highly recommend that if you created such a catastrophe like I did this morning and totally botched the shot, setup, giant bull, that you should probably try to gain some self-confidence back, because I have very little right now. So I'm going to shoot my bow a few times and hopefully feel better about things. That doesn't help.